Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and give this video a like up. WrestleMania 41 lived up to the hype, but it seems that one match has left a sour note in the minds of the WWE Universe, something Triple H could fix on Raw. The New Day made history by becoming tag team champions for the 12th time in WWE, but had to cheat to pick up the win after going out to injure their opponents by purposely targeting their necks. The duo then ran from the ring because they were scared that the official would realize and change his decision, something that now lies with Triple H, of course. WWE has always made a point of stating that the referee's decision is final, but because of the way this went down, it's easy to see him forcing them to defend the titles on Raw in a stipulated match. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston have become the biggest heels in recent months, and the WWE Universe wants to see the titles taken away from them, so an announcement that forces them to defend the titles in a match that doesn't work in their favor would be interesting. Tomorrow night's episode of Raw is the biggest of the year. There will be returns and debuts, as well as shocking moments, and perhaps Paul Heyman explaining why he betrayed everyone to align with Seth Rollins. Triple H is expected to be part of the show and could make several interesting decisions as WrestleMania moves into the rear-view mirror and the foundations start to be put into place for Backlash. This could include an announcement on the Tag Team Championship and what the future holds for the War Raiders, who were unfairly cheated out of their titles last night at WrestleMania Saturday. Philippa is a WWE writer for Sportskeeda. She is also a mother, wrestler, dancer, former actress, and a Seth Rollins fan. She is a retired wrestler, dancer, and at one time enjoyed boxing. Philippa has tried her hand at all aspects of the wrestling business in the past, including booking, promoting, refereeing, commentating, ring announcing, and wrestling. Throughout her time in Sportskeeda, she has become known for picking up botches and sharing them. Philippa's favorite wrestler is Seth Rollins, but will allow her head to be turned by any high-flying superstar. She also once had a dream that Drake Maverick was her father. This is yet to be confirmed by the man himself. Outside of the world of spandex and screwjobs, Philippa likes to watch football, supports Stoke City, and is a huge fan of Judd Trump. The aftermath of WrestleMania 41 will leave an indelible mark on the WWE Universe. As the spotlight dims on the grand spectacle, Triple H, the chief content officer of WWE, faces an unprecedented challenge. In the wake of WrestleMania 41, major WWE champions have taken the spotlight not just for their victories, but also for their controversies, ego-driven decisions, and blatant disregard for WWE's core values. This could force Triple H into a position where drastic action is the only option to restore order to the company and preserve the integrity of the championship titles. Triple H, also known as The Game, has established himself as one of the most significant figures in WWE's recent history. Following his transition from in-ring competitor to behind-the-scenes architect of the company's creative direction, Triple H has inherited a responsibility not only to maintain the legacy of WWE, but also to build its future. His role as a leader is shaped by his ability to balance between the old guard of WWE's legendary stars and the new wave of talent eager to make their mark. After the conclusion of WrestleMania 41, however, some champions, having reached the pinnacle of WWE's mountain, have begun to let their egos cloud their judgment. They no longer represent the values of hard work, respect, and sacrifice that WWE's championship belts were built upon. Instead, they appear to be consumed by their fame, using their title reigns to manipulate and control the narrative for their own benefit, while turning a blind eye to the needs of the company and its fans. The champions who will likely be the focal points of Triple H's drastic action include some of the most high-profile names in WWE. Their dominance has been a central story in recent months, but with dominance has come a level of arrogance and misconduct that threatens to destabilize the WWE hierarchy. Let's take a look at the individuals who may soon find themselves on the receiving end of Triple H's punishment. Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief has carried the Universal Championship for over 1,000 days, solidifying his place as one of the most dominant champions in WWE history. However, His reign has also been marred by his refusal to compete against rising stars, his overbearing control of the Bloodline faction, and his growing sense of entitlement. Reigns has begun to overshadow other talent, essentially freezing out new challengers while refusing to defend his title on a consistent basis. His behavior has left a sour taste in the mouths of fans and fellow superstars alike. Seth Rollins. While Rollins has proven to be one of the best all-around performers in WWE, his reign as the World Heavyweight Champion has been marked by increasingly erratic behavior. His matches have been spectacular, but his refusal to put over younger talent, as well as his borderline disrespect for the traditions of WWE, have raised concerns. Rollins has begun using his title as a platform for his personal vendettas, turning the championship into a symbol of his personal narrative rather than a symbol of WWE's competitive spirit. Charlotte Flair. One of the most decorated female wrestlers in WWE history, Charlotte's 14th reign as the SmackDown Women's Champion has not been without its controversies. Her reign, which many believe was the result of political favoritism, has seen her dominate the division at the expense of others. While her talent is undeniable, her ability to manipulate storylines and her disinterest in elevating new talent has drawn criticism from the locker room. Triple H's commitment to WWE's success and the respect of the fans means that he cannot afford to let champions like Reigns, Rollins, and Flair continue unchecked. These top stars, while undeniably talented, have shown traits that threaten the very foundation of WWE's product. The unpredictability of their behavior could create chaos within the roster, alienate the audience, and risk the future of the company. In his earlier days as a wrestler, Triple H was known for his brutal approach to achieving success. He didn't shy away from personal rivalries or hard-hitting matches. This same attitude might now be required as he deals with the champions who have grown too powerful. It is clear that if WWE is to retain its credibility as the global leader in sports entertainment, Triple H must step in with decisive action to remind these champions of what it means to truly represent WWE. In order to restore order and maintain the integrity of the championship belts, Triple H must take drastic steps. Below are some of the punishments he may decide to implement in the wake of WrestleMania 41. One of the most direct and impactful decisions Triple H could make would be to strip Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Charlotte Flair of their championships. While this would send shockwaves through the WWE universe, it would signal that no one, no matter how powerful or decorated, is above the rules. Stripping them of their titles would not only serve as a punishment, but also a wake-up call to the locker room. No wrestler is entitled to success without earning it every step of the way. Reigns, Rollins, and Flair would need to fight to earn their titles back, perhaps even in high-stakes, career-defining matches at the next major event. This would restore a sense of competition, humility, and respect to the championship scene. One of the more interesting approaches Triple H could take is to shake up the championship landscape entirely. Rather than simply punishing the champions, he could create a new, more competitive structure for WWE's titles. By introducing a new tier of championship or reformatting the current titles, he could force the champions to defend their belts under new and more stringent conditions. For example, the introduction of a Champions Gauntlet match format, where champions have to defend their titles multiple times in a single night, could challenge their stamina and commitment. This could expose champions who rely on their name value or outside help, giving rising stars an opportunity to shine in front of the WWE universe. If a champion's actions have become particularly egregious, Triple H might issue a suspension or even banishment from WWE television. This would be a major punishment, as WWE thrives on its television presence. A champion removed from the spotlight would lose their connection with the audience, hurting their marketability and forcing them to reflect on their behavior. This could serve as a hard reset, requiring the champions to rebuild their reputations from scratch. Perhaps Triple H would choose to handle this situation with the same flair that he handled his own battles back in the day, by setting up his own personal matchups against these champions. A series of game matches, where Triple H returns to the ring to compete with each champion in a no-holds-barred scenario, would be a thrilling spectacle for fans and a symbolic way for Triple H to take back control of the narrative. The stipulations could vary from street fights to Iron Man matches, ensuring that no champion can skate by with ease. The time has come for Triple H to step up and take drastic action against WWE's most dominant champions. WrestleMania 41 may have been the grand stage for these stars to shine, but it also revealed cracks in their armor that can no longer be ignored. Whether he chooses to strip them of their titles, alter the championship hierarchy, suspend them from TV, or challenge them in the ring himself, one thing is certain: Triple H will not allow WWE to descend into chaos under the weight of inflated egos. In the end, WWE fans deserve a product built on merit, competition, and respect for the craft. Triple H has always been about creating that kind of environment, and his actions post-WrestleMania 41 will define the future of the company. The next chapter of WWE could very well be one where the spirit of competition is revived, where no champion is too big to fail, and where the true meaning of being a WWE superstar is realized once again.